Hello, nurturing and intuitive Cancer. I am very happy to have you here at the channel today. We are going to be doing something very exciting. We are going to be exploring the planets and the stars and the aspects of those planets. In today's video, we're going to be looking at how you might potentially be affected by the planetary movements and alignments within January 2023. Did I say 2023? 2025. 2023 might be important for somebody. All right, so Cancer, in case you don't know how I work, directly below me, I have my calendar of all of the aspects, my personal ephemeris that I've created, as well as some notes that I took regarding your January 2025. And in front of me, I have a few astrological charts so that I can explore the different aspects that we have directly in front of us. And we can go from there. All right, so Cancer. Well, let's begin with the big picture. The big picture is really the energy of the sun. The sun will be in Capricorn for the first 3 weeks, and then it moves into Aquarius. And while the sun is in Capricorn, your relationships are going to be the highlight. How you connect with others one-on-one, close relationships, both personal and professional, are going to be the highlight for the first 3 weeks. So this could bring about a lot of change, a lot of growth, and we're going to take a look at that a little bit deeper as we look at the various aspects, and we also see some of the major points that are going to be occurring in January 2025. Now, as the sun moves into Aquarius, it's moving into your 8th house. This is uncomfortable. Let me just note, end of the month might be a little uncomfortable for you, Cancer. So buckle up, Buttercup, because it's about to get real. The 8th house is that of transformation, intimacy, and shared resources. This energy is going to cause you to dig deep and focus on emotional and financial renewal. So your themes for January 2025 are connection and transformation. So like I said, latter half of the month might not be that pleasant. So as we roll into January, Mercury had been retrograde, and mid-December it stationed direct. And we were left in this post-shadow energy where the Mercury retrograde energy still has been affecting us. And at the time of this recording, it is. But it is going to be significantly less as we roll into January. And by the middle of January, you should see that energy has moved on, and there's renewed hope. There's a renewed zest. Now, this appears to be in your 6th house because Mercury went retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius. And so it may have stirred up some confusion with regards to your work schedules, your health schedules, your routines, things of that nature. There could have been delays, misunderstandings, things that didn't make sense to you. And as we get to the middle of January, you will have the opportunity to use this time to set more realistic goals and finalize any plans associated with those goals and routines so that you can make change going forward. Now, when we look at the 6th house, this has to do with health, it has to do with work, it has to do with routines. So it can have to do with a gym routine, if you've been thinking about getting back in the gym, if you've been out of there for a little while with that Mercury retrograde energy. This can also have to do with, what you eat, what sort of foods you eat, how your health is doing, what you want to do to move your career along, what sort of changes you need to make in your daily schedule and routine to bring about change. So this could encompass many things for you, but mid-January is where it's at. So if you're going to go renew a gym membership, I'd wait till mid-January, maybe January 15th. Let the New Year's Eve or New Year's Dayers go in real hot and heavy for a week or two and then drop out. And then you can go in and have more time in the gym. So at the latter half of the month, around January 29th, Uranus stations direct in the sign of Taurus. This is in your 11th house of friendships and long-term goals. So here we see, once again, that energy of transformation and connection coming back around towards the end of the month. So you're going to be reassessing your social circles, and you may feel a little uncertain about group projects, but that's all going to become clear to you towards the end of the month when you're being forced to bring transformation. And so that's important to note that those are falling in line to bring along transformation in that area of your life. The full moon in Cancer on January the 13th, Eastern Standard Time, will be in your first house. So the wolf moon is in your sign, Cancer. That's great. But this is a time in which you have to look at your identity and your personal goals. This particular full moon is kind of inviting you to reflect on your needs, your desires, and how you present yourself to the world, how you want to be perceived by the world. Those are going to be the focus. And that's a 2-week time frame. So that'll be in the last half of January. It's a great time to release anything that doesn't serve you and to step into your own personal power. So this is a fantastic energy for you, Cancer. January also brings us a new moon in Aquarius at the end of the month. Back to that house of transformation. So here you're being hit with that house of transformation more than once. And this is going to be, once again, regarding emotional renewal, deepening connections, financial growth, looking at your debts, looking at any shared resources you have with other people, things of that nature. Now, before we start looking at the actual charts and the aspects within them, let's focus on Chiron, Lilith, and Vertex. So these are some really deep cosmic influences, Cancer, that can play a part on what you're going to be receiving and perceiving in the month of January. Chiron is he's known as the wounded healer, because Chiron often is there to continually bring about the same issue over and over again until we heal from it. So we see Chiron is in Aries. This is in your 10th house of career and public life. So it's your reputation and your career in the 10th house. This is going to cause you in the month of January to be forced to address any insecurities you may have with regards to your professional identity. And it's going to encourage you to step into a more confident role. So you may be hit with imposter syndrome, or you could be hit with, this feeling that maybe you don't know as much as your coworkers, et cetera, et cetera. And you're going to be forced to have to really look at those things and see that you actually can step into a very confident role if you choose to accept it. But you're going to have to get you're going to have to get out of your own way, basically, Cancer. Black Moon Lilith has to do with our shadow energy. That's the deep-seated, deep-rooted fears and insecurities that all of us have. And Lilith is moving through Leo in your 2nd house of self-worth and material values. So this particular transit is having you confront your financial stability and financial security. Any feelings of inadequacy that you have in this area is going to cause you to have to embrace that to find a way to overcome them. So strong focus on finances and self-worth and how they tie in together. Vertex has to do with karmic connections, fated encounters, things of that nature. Here we go again. Right back to that 8th house. Transformation, baby. So expect some karmic moments with regards to your connections and your financial partnerships. This will cause you to have to really, really step into what needs to change, and any kind of karmic moments or serendipitous moments or things that happen as a karmic lesson are there to guide you and move you forward. So that, like I said, the latter half of the month is going to be uncomfortable, Cancer. But don't worry, I believe in you. I believe in you. You can get through it. So now let's take a look at the actual charts themselves and some of the aspects that I see and how they could potentially affect you. Now, there are numerous aspects within the month of January, so I'm only going to be highlighting maybe 6 or 7 of them, not too many. January 2nd, we see Venus moving into Pisces. This is great, your fellow water sign. This is going to align with your natural, intuitive, and emotional nature. So this is a very harmonious aspect for you. It's a good transit as you start the month of January. It's going to enhance your creativity, your empathy, your romantic life. It's going to make you focus on self-care, nurturing relationships, exploring spiritual or esoteric things, and also pursuing artistic pursuits. So this is a really great energy as you roll into January. Now, January 4th, the sun in Capricorn will sextile Saturn in Pisces. This is also a good energy for you. It is going to focus on stability and long-term planning, especially in the areas of partnerships and career. So it's a good time to lay those foundations for your goals and for your relationships to build upon with patience and discipline. So all really good stuff. We have Mercury square Neptune in Pisces on the 6th. This is going to cause some mixed signals with regards to communication. In fact, it might be a good idea to turn off the phone if you can. It could create some confusion, some difficulties in communication, and it will extend, a day or two before and after. So keep that in mind. Avoid jumping to any kind of conclusions. Stop and pause, reflect. If somebody says something, before you take it to mean one thing, stop, reflect, think about it. Is your intuition going to be on point? No. Not with Mercury square Neptune. So you won't even be able to tune into your intuition during that time. It's better to just kind of take a step back, take a pause, try not to react, okay? The sun will be square Chiron on the 8th, highlighting emotional vulnerability. We already talked about that. Chiron brings up those emotional vulnerabilities so that we have to face them. And so this is going to be surrounding your independence and your professional goals. And if you have an issue with a loved one due to mixed signals and communication, your independence might get too heightened, or your desire for independence may become too heightened as a result of planetary movement and alignment, and may not be exactly what you're hoping and wishing for. So it's a great time to heal any wounds that have created between you and others, and to build a greater self-confidence rather than simply ejecting yourself from a situation. The sun will be trine Uranus in Taurus, the 13th. This could bring unexpected opportunities, some breakthroughs in the area of finances and friendships. So be open for anything that might come your way, any new paths regarding your sense of security. Venus will be square Jupiter on the 14th. This is good. This brings optimism and a little bit of a social energy. Be careful that you don't overextend yourself to others emotionally or financially. You may really, really want to have a lot of fun, but you may find yourself spending too much money where you might not have spent it before. So, try to keep everything in moderation around mid-month, okay? Sun sextile Neptune in Pisces on the 17th. Your intuition will be heightened. That's good. Intuition, compassion. It's a good day for spiritual activities, for connecting deeply with the ones that you love. On the 18th, this is going to encourage Venus conjunct Saturn is going to encourage you to reflect on your relationships and your finances, reassessing your commitments and trying to figure out what matters most to you. It can feel very, very serious. Anytime Saturn is involved in a negative influence, it can feel very serious, very overwhelming, very weighty. But it is about laying that foundation for the future, for your long-term emotional stability and financial security. Super important. Sun conjunct Pluto on the 21st. It's going to push that transformation energy we talked about. It's like the push before the massive transformation energy. So this is going to be in your relationships or your career. You're going to feel a tremendous need for change. And there may be some significant insights about your goals and about what you personally desire. And then let's also look at the Sun trine Jupiter at the very end of the month, on the 30th. This is optimistic. So after going through this tough energy of transformation from about the 20th to the 29th, then we have some optimistic energy coming in. And that optimistic energy can bring financial abundance in other areas of your life. It can bring an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for fulfillment, to focus on your long-term goals and your hopes and your wishes. So you're going to end out the month great, but there is going to be that tough period. So just to wrap it up for you, Cancer, your overall themes: relationship and emotional stability. You are massively being encouraged to strengthen your connections and to reflect on what truly matters with regards to the long term and with regards to your emotional stability. Career and long-term goals, as we noted, are going to be highlighted as well. Creativity and intuition, it's going to be up and down. Do be careful. Make sure that you're trusting both logic and intuition rather than just intuition. And then transformation and growth is your ending energy that's going to be bringing in potential new opportunities. So we'll see what those opportunities are in February 2025 when we look at your February astrological predictions. I hope, Cancer, that you have an absolutely beautiful week. Mahalo nui loa. Kiss, kiss from me. And until later, we'll see you. Ta-ta for now.